Can you tell us a little bit about what brought you out here?
Well, I am a student in the UW system. I go to UW Milwaukee, and both my mom and my sister are teachers. So the way I look at it is if this bill is passed, my mom will, I mean, they're obviously not cutting salaries, but their take-home salary will be quite a bit less than it was before. And my mom's, the way my family, I mean, I know a lot of students pay their own way through college, but I'm lucky enough that my parents help me out. But the way they have it all figured out is my mom's salary goes towards my tuition. And it works out perfectly. She makes just the right amount for my tuition, and it's been working out so far. But if she is taking home less money, if this bill gets passed and Madison is thrown out of the UW system, our 26%, I think, our tuition's going to raise about 26%.
Wow.
So not only will my tuition be increased a lot, my mom is taking home less money to pay for it. So it's like, it's kind of like a double hit right there. Like,
does your mom ever talk about collective bargaining, like what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it mean to her? What does it mean to you when they say, they want to, limit the amount of collective bargaining a union can do?
Well, I mean, the whole point of collective bargaining is making sure, that workers have their rights. They're making sure that their working conditions are good. They're making sure that, they don't, end up getting, more, like, they can bargain on their, what's that called?
Well, like fringe benefits and that sort of thing?
Yeah, benefits and pay and, another big thing is just working conditions, too. You want to make sure it's a good working condition, especially for teachers, because their working conditions are, their students, schooling conditions too.
Right. That's a good point, right?
Yeah,
it's not just working conditions.
Yeah,
it's schooling conditions. Yeah. And then, can I ask you why? It's hard to see this here. Why Batman?
Well, because he is all for justice, and I actually have a sign that says even Batman doesn't support Walker. So
that's great.
Awesome. And I like wearing it. I mean, I do get a lot of attention, and which is great. But really, like, my favorite part about it is just putting a smile on people's faces.
It does.
They see my outfit, they read my sign, they're just like that. That's awesome. And I also love that it's easier for me to get people riled up and going, than just someone who's in street clothes, doing chants or whatever. They look at me and see that it's Batman, and they instantly yell twice as loud. So I've pretty much taken it upon myself to when they're doing chants and stuff. If I've got a lot of energy, I run all around the Capitol and get everyone going. Okay. So
that's awesome. What do you guys think you're going to go into when you go into a profession or a job?
I am studying to become a police officer.
Really? Okay.
So,
why did you decide that?
I really like helping people. I had considered being a doctor at one point because I have to help people too, but way too much schooling. Yeah. Also, I just want a career that's, like changing all the time, and I just can't picture sitting at a desk and, doing paperwork.
Do you think the police officers are in solidarity with what's going on here?
What?
Do you think the police officers are in solidarity with what's going on?
Oh, yeah, they definitely are. Yeah. They're kind of like, I don't know, almost involved with us. I mean, like, I've seen police officers dancing to music. They come by and just start up a conversation with you. Like, I had my MacBook out, and one came up, he's like, hey, is that a MacBook Pro? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I just bought it the other day, and he was just kind of asking me about it, and they're having a fun time, and, like,
that's cool.
I have a lot of them that talk about my Batman costume. Last night I actually, it was getting late, I took my costume off, and one of them actually recognized me without my costume on, and he was like, what happened to your costume? And I was like, it's too uncomfortable. I sit down. He's like, well, we're counting on you to help us out if something happens. I was like, it's right here. I'll throw it on if, stuff's going down, and I'll help you out. So.
Do you feel that the vigilantism of the Batman is in conflict with your goals as a public safety officer?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean,
I'm just kidding with you.
Yeah. I mean, he's all for, protecting the people and, making sure that everyone's safe. So he kind of has the same job as a police officer.
Awesome.
He just does it in a more badass way.
And an interesting thing about the police officers is that many, if not most of these police officers are here voluntarily.
Okay.
They wanted to come here of their own accord, and in fact, there are some areas that won't allow their police officers to come here, even though they want to come here.
Yeah.
And the reason why they want to come here, it's not to protect the governor, it's not to protect the Capitol, it's to protect us, and furthermore, to show their support to us. that we are here for you as the people of Wisconsin, and I think that's a very wonderful and powerful thing.
Yeah, we talked to some of those guys, and
Yeah,
they seemed
and-
like they were with you guys.
Yeah, and the big thing is like they are exempt from this bill.
Yeah.
Because firefighters and police officers are
And state
exempt
patrol.
from this. Because Walker doesn't, he knows that it's, people hate this bill, and he knows that
They were
if the police officers
they were
turn
the
on
only
him.
unions who supported him.
But the funny thing is they are still turning on him. I mean, they're on our side.
Yeah.
You know, like there's constantly firefighters and police officers who are off duty parading through with their signs. Cops support you. Firefighters support you, and everyone just cheers them on because they don't need to be here. They're not fighting for themselves. They're here fighting for us. They're showing that even though they are exempt, they realize that this is ridiculous.
And furthermore, I know